in this situation?
Sure. Good afternoon, Ali. Good afternoon, Yasmin. There are 4 elements to a civil rights violation. And let's be clear, when we're talking about civil rights, we're talking about the federal government. That doesn't otherwise prevent or preclude the state from going after these officers if they find any criminality, whether it be murder, manslaughter, etc. So that being said, the state certainly could bring forward charges, but the federal government could bring forward charges of their own. 4 elements, the things that need to be proven. Number 1, was there a deprivation of a civil right? The right to walk around freely and unimpeded from unlawful force is absolutely a right. Number 2, did the officer act under the color of authority? You can prove that. Certainly he's a police officer. Number 3, was there a death? Number 4 is the tougher one, and that's where many of these, Ali, get hung up, and that is, was the deprivation of that right willful, malicious, evil? And that's why many times you see the federal government, as they've been investigating similar cases, they get hung up on that element. They have to show that there was a purposeful, evil, malicious deprivation of the civil right. If they can do that, then of course civil rights charges can be brought forth and successfully prosecuted.
So in effect, did they have intent? All right, Baltimore police, they've named 6 officers, Joey, who are somehow involved in Gray's arrest, but they've cautioned that doesn't mean that they've done anything wrong so far. I want to read you a part of a lengthy Facebook post from someone named Alana. It says, for anyone who thinks Freddie Gray must have done something if he ran when he saw the cops, you've got it backwards. Ask yourself instead, what have the police done to make people want to run from them on sight? They must have done something, and they have. Freddie Gray is not the first person to die under, quote, mysterious circumstances in police custody. I mean, Joey, we've spent the last year or so talking about a lot of situations with police that have a lot of questions surrounding those situations. What do you believe, Joey, police need to do, not only in Baltimore, but around the country, to improve strained relationships with our communities that lead to allegations of civil rights violations?
It's a wonderful question, Yasmin, and by that very tweet alone, you see that there is a disconnect between the police and the community. And I think it's about mutual respect. It's about building and forging relationships with the police and the community, using the clergy, using the schools, using whatever mechanisms you have to show that the police are there to protect and to serve, to respect communities, and to have communities respect them. But when you have instances like this, where someone mysteriously ends up dead after having a fractured vertebrae, it fractures those relationships. And so the best we can hope for now is that any investigation be fully completed, be transparent, as you've heard the word used a lot, and I think needs to be independent. There are 3 investigations, Jasmine, going on, one by the local prosecuting office, one by the federal government, and one, of course, by the Baltimore Police Department. But I think overall, to your larger question, around the country, if investigations are done and they're done independently and they can have the trust and respect of the community, I think we go a long way. The final point, and that's this, and that is that you need to, in bridging that gap, have police and the community work together, know the communities they're serving, and have the people in the community know them, so that there's that mutual trust, respect, and they can coexist peacefully and help police, quite frankly, solve crime.
You know, I think we can all agree, though, those are 2 very difficult things to build in any circumstance: trust and respect. Joey Jackson, thanks for joining us.
Always.